Week 15 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I look to buy and trade for this week. The first guy, Kevin Porter of the Houston Rockets. So Kevin Porter, we know he's had the struggles with the Cleveland Cavaliers a few years ago. They let him go, and he's been solid since the Houston Rockets picked him up the last season and a half. So on the season, 19.2 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 1.3 steals, 2.2 threes, and 43% from the field. So we know they got a lot of young guns on this Houston Rocket team, and Kevin Porter having a great season, no doubt about it. But he's a guy who's banged up with a foot injury, and that obviously could be a problem, no doubt about it. He's a guy who's missed the last few weeks here, is Kevin Porter, with the foot injury, and that could obviously be a big problem for basketball players with the foot injury. And we've seen it in the past with Kevin Durant with the bad foot, Yao Ming going years back where he was just in and out. But I don't think it's that bad for Kevin Porter where he's going to be out for the season or anything like that. So right now, while he's out and you can get him on the cheap with no timetable for his return, even though right now they're saying day to day, but he's already missed from January 13th on. Here is Kevin Porter. So the last few games before he went down with the injury, January 5th versus Utah, 23 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 5 threes, 36% from the field. January 8th versus the Timberwolves, 25.6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block, 5 threes, 60% from the field. Then January 11th at the Kings, he left early in that one, 5 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a 3, 40% from the field. So if you need 3-point shooting and scoring of the basketball here, Kevin Porter is definitely a guard to go out there and get him. Right now, while he hasn't been playing over the last few weeks here, it's a perfect time to buy him low. The next guy, Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Donovan Mitchell got off to a roaring start the first couple months of the season here, but now this month in January, he's been banged up, and he hasn't been putting up the monster games like he was, even though on the season, still 28.3 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1.5 steals, 3.8 threes, and 48% from the field. But the last couple weeks, like I mentioned, 18.8 points a game, 4.3 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1.5 steals, 3 threes a game, and an awful 38% from the field. So Mitchell, we saw the other night versus the New York Knicks at the end of that ball game, hurt his groin on that one, and it took him a few minutes to get up and get off the court as the ball game ended. But right here, this guy's a great scorer, one of the best scorers in all the NBA, and a guy right now still ranked within the top 15 in fantasy basketball, even with a slump right now. January 14th at the Timberwolves, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 threes, 31% from the field. January 16th versus the Pelicans, 11 points, a rebound, a block, 2 threes, 33% from the field. Then games January 18th to the 21st, he sat out with injury. And then the 24th at the Knicks, a team where a lot of people thought he was going to land. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, a block, 6 threes, 37% from the field. So Mitchell, he could do it all, no doubt about it. Right now, while he's banged up and the numbers have gone down and he's in the shooting slump, this would be the perfect time to get him, because once he gets back on track, this guy's a walking 25, 30 points a game with 6, 7 rebounds, 4, 5 assists, and a top player in fantasy. So right now, this would be the time to get him while his numbers are down. And the third and final guard I look to buy and trade for this week here is Malik Beasley of the Utah Jazz. So Malik Beasley, we know it hasn't been that great of a season here for him in Utah, and there's rumblings he might get traded within the next month at the NBA trade deadline. So on the season here for Beasley, 13.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 3.1 threes, and 39% from the field. In the last couple weeks here for Beasley, 10.3 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 2.9 threes, and 33% from the field. So right there, they were overlogged with guards over there is Utah, and a trade definitely makes sense near the trade deadline for this Utah Jazz team. We know they got Mike Conley, we know they got Colin Sexton over there at the guard position as well, Jordan Clarkson. So right there, those are 3 dominant guards that need the ball in their hand at all times. So Malik Beasley, they more have him as a wing guard or a forward this season here, but right now he's not really getting the job done over the last couple weeks, and a change of scenery definitely can help him where he'll get more opportunities to score the basketball and play bigger minutes. On the last few games here for Beasley, January 20th versus the Nets, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 threes, 36% from the field. January 23rd versus the Hornets, 9 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes, 50% from the field. And January 25th at the Blazers, 10 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, 3 threes, and 30% from the field. So the field goal percentage has been bad for Beasley pretty much over the last few weeks. And the scoring's been down, but like I said, if he gets traded to another team, his value definitely could bump up, and this would be the time to buy him. So that's a few guards I look to buy and trade for in Week 15 of the fantasy basketball season.